Hello, I'm AxelMC131 and welcome back to Behind the Blocks in Minecraft 1.8. And today I'm in a fresh world because unfortunately my regular command block and creation world is technically a desert biome and rain doesn't work. And that's important for this because what we're going to build today is a rain detector. And this is kind of inspired by something I saw in another YouTube video. It was not something I actually saw, but someone mentioned that they had built a rain detector. And I didn't actually see the mechanic, but all I did see was that they used a fire to detect, which is something I did not know, that if I just set the weather to, weather to rain, if you try and put fire in the rain, it will go out after a few seconds, unless it's under, like, a big enough overhang like this, in which case it will probably stay there. However, I did discover that if it's right under a block that is adjacent to an open sky, I'm pretty sure it will go out then. Yeah, it has to be under a block that is not adjacent to any open blocks. Excuse me, got a bit of a sore throat today. Right. So anyway, let's get down to the system. So what we're going to build today is a relatively compact system. This only uses 2 command blocks. And I have color-coded it here. This is the main base. It is a 2x8 space, and I think this thing gets to about 3 or 4 blocks above the ground. So we're gonna build this now. Now the first thing we're gonna need is a command block there and a command block there. That's just so we can build up on those. I'm gonna go there and there and there, and then bring that across to here. And what we're going to put in mid-air here is a thing called an etho timer. And this was created way back in like 1.5 by someone called Etho, and it's basically a hopper clock with adjustable time, and this is without using command blocks. This is just by putting in different amounts of blocks. So we want to put a block there, and whoops, we also need a block there, okay, and then a block there, and a block there. And what we're then going to do here is we're going to put a basic hopper clock in this space here, so we can just fill it in. We're just going to put a hopper clock right in the middle here, on this side. We're then going to put a redstone comparator there and there. We're going to put a piece of redstone dust on either side, like that. And then we're going to put sticky pistons and a redstone block on one of them. And that is the essence of an etho timer. And what this actually does is that if you put items in here, for example, if I put, say, eggs, why not? Let's put half a stack of eggs in there. What this will do is you can see that the items will filter through, because when you power a hopper, it will not allow items to come out of it, which means that while this redstone block is here, the items will fall into it, and then when it's full, this comparator will then turn off, you see, and the piston will retract and the redstone block will switch to the other one, and that keeps going. And this is great because if I halve that, so there's now only 4 eggs in the system, halves the time, and halve it again, except now there's only 1 egg. And you can do this with having the power output on this point or on these redstone points, but for the sake of this, to keep it nice and compact, let me just put those eggs back in there. I decided that 8 is a good time for this. We're going to put a piece of redstone dust on top of each of these command blocks, which are not yet activated, and then we're going to put a redstone repeater above them like that. Just get rid of these blocks because we don't actually need them. This is trying to make it as compact as possible. And you can see that each opposing tick, one of those will go off. Like that. Pretty neat, huh? Let me just do that. I haven't got all my setup for this. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to have some fire, and we're going to set the fire here. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to just make sure we know what block it is by putting a block there and going F3. And you can see that there is, at the bottom of your HUD on the left, there's the thing that says looking at, and that is the coordinates of this block. And that's what we want to know. So minus 204, 79245. Set block minus 204 79245, and we're going to set it to fire. So when that comes back to this tick, haha, and you'll notice that it goes out a moment after because it's in the rain still. And we can use this as a test command. So I can give you an example of that. So if we go, whoops, that is not the button I wanted to press. Weather clear. In fine weather, that fire will remain there, and it will refresh every time it goes back to that command block over there. And you can see it's going block placed in the side. Right. So what we can do over here is we can add a test for. So what we're going to do is we're going to test for block. So it's test for block minus 204.79245. Right? Yeah. And we're going to test for fire. And we're then going to add a comparator behind it, another block there, and then a redstone torch behind it. And what this means is that if it tests true, so that there is fire here, this is going to output true, and then that redstone torch will turn off. However, if we set the weather back to rain, and that fire goes out, you can see it summons the fire, and the chicken walks through it, but now that redstone torch turns on, and that means that it's raining. Pretty cool, huh? Very simple to build. It takes a little bit of space, but it is relatively compact. And well, it would probably fit into a small area if you wanted. And yeah, it's entirely self-sustaining. And this is your output, incidentally, in case that wasn't obvious. This is your power output for testing if it is raining. So at the moment, this is powered on, so it is raining. And then you can just set the weather to clear, or when it clears up. And when it goes back, it will summon the fire. It takes a bit because this is how long it is. You can set this to be shorter, but this is you can see it's gone off because it's now clear. This is the shortest I wanted to make it because the fire goes out after a few seconds. I didn't want to make it summon the fire. It tests true and says it's not raining, and then the rain puts the fire out. But you can make this even slower if you want, just by putting more items in. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. There is your rain detector. Enjoy. I'm sure you could find a part for this. This is a subsystem. For anything you want. That output can go to whatever the hell you want. Like maybe, I don't know, an automatic sprinkler system if it's not raining. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, guys, I've been XLMC131, and I'll see you next time.